If the brush roll on your Dyson DC25 has stopped spinning, you've cleared it of hair and it's turning okay by hand, then this is the video for you. You might have an electrical problem, and today we're going to find it together, and then in the second half of the video I'm going to show you on a customer's vacuum cleaner how to replace the Brushroll Motor on a DC25. So let's find out why your brush isn't turning. There's three major causes that I see all the time. It's a switch, a broken wire, or the motor itself. If you've already diagnosed it's the motor that needs replacing and that's why you're here, you can skip ahead now to my video and I'll talk you through the repairs step by step. The most common cause I've seen over the years for this brush bar not turning is a broken wire underneath this panel here. We need to unplug our vacuum cleaner from the mains before we do anything, and then we can undo this panel. There's three Torx T15 screws that hold it in place, and then you can just remove it. This white wire here, and sometimes the red, actually breaks. As you're moving the floor tool and you're using your vacuum over the years, it just gets strained and then the wire snaps. You can normally visually see this, so you don't need anything to measure this. Also in this area there's a little switch here that you notice. Now this doesn't often fail, but it's just worth knowing. This is to control when the brush bar turns on and off as you tilt your vacuum cleaner. So the wheels will spring up, turn the switch on, and then when you put it back into upright position, the switch will turn off. Now talking of switches, that brings me to the second cause of this problem. There's two switches underneath the panel near your power button that actually play a part in the brush roll working. If you need to look into them, I have another video here covering the power switch which will show you how to access these switches too. If you own a multimeter though, there's a simple way of testing all these switches without going into them. Just simply make sure that they're on the on position, and you might have to check this again later. Get your multimeter, put it on the beep setting or 200 ohms, and then we're going to put one probe on the red wire here, and then the other one goes on the pin on the plug here. Now make sure your vacuum cleaner is tilted, and we're looking for a change in the multimeter, or a beep if you had that feature. This will show you that the power is getting to this wire, which means every single switch on the circuit is fine. Obviously the vacuum has to be tilted for this, and also if you're not getting a response, just double check your switches are actually in the on position. The third and final most common reason for the brush not to be turning is if the motor has failed inside the floor tool. A couple of ways to tell if the motor has failed and they're not bulletproof is normally when it self-destructs, it kind of makes the brush catch. When you're turning it by hand, it won't just go smoothly as such, it'll kind of just catch in certain places. That's what happens when the motor destroys itself inside. But it doesn't always do this symptom. Another one is if it smells like an electrical burning smell. The trouble is there's a circuit board inside there as well. On rare occasions, and I mean very rare occasions, that can fail and it gives off a similar smell. So we're guessing a little bit, but if you've ruled out the other things, then it's got to be the motor. So how do we replace the brush bar motor on a DC25? Well, firstly we need to remove the vacuum cleaner from the mains because we don't want to end up in hospital. We're then going to remove the floor head by pressing in this catch, and then the floor head just pulls off. We can remove the brush bar with a coin by unlocking the end cap, and then that just pulls off and the brush pulls out. The 8 screws that we need to remove underneath are a T15 Torx screw, so they're like the star-shaped ones, and then once you've removed all them, there's a cross-headed screw in the corner that kind of secures this weird little wheel thing. Once all the screws are undone and you've pulled the wheel off, you can turn the floor tool over and then just pull off the top cover. Now you will see where the motor is. Obviously if your motor's gone, everything will be totally black like this one. It's going to be a bit of a messy job. Also, there's that smell that I mentioned in the diagnostics parts where you'll be able to smell like kind of an electrical burning smell. Pull the belt off with some long nose pliers, and then there's a little clear arm here that's basically securing the motor. You need to pull that up as you press down on the motor slightly, and then the motor will spring out. The spring that you've probably just seen fly across the room actually lives in this little part here. That keeps the tension on the belt, so you need to keep that in that place. Make sure you don't lose it. We now need to just pull the old motor out and disconnect the wires. Now these wires are specific size, so don't worry about remembering where they went because you can't get this wrong. Get your new motor and plug in the wires, one small one, one big one. Then there's this rubber bit that needs to tuck underneath, and also if you just keep the floor tool tilted so we don't lose that spring, we need to push the motor and clip it onto that clear arm that keeps it all in place. At this point, I'm going to show you now, this is what everything should look like. I'll also say at this point too, if you're enjoying this video or you're finding it useful, please don't forget to like it and leave me a lovely comment. It always makes my day and it helps keep the video alive. We can now put on the belt. That goes on the motor cog first, and then if you put it on the brush bar cog and kind of try and turn it a little bit as you press, it will then just all fit into place. Now we need to replace the cover that goes on the top of all this. This little part of the motor that sticks up goes into this little cutout inside. So then you just press it down, have a little bit of a play and a fiddle and a bit of a swear, and then we just need to turn it over, holding it in place, and put one screw in to secure it. We're on the home straight now. We're just replacing all the screws that we took out earlier, the cross-headed screw in the corner that holds the wheel in, and then the rest of the torque screws. Once they're all in place, we can put the brush bar back in. That just pushes in, and then the end cap swivels and locks, and then get the coin and turn it into the lock position, so that's all secured. Turn the floor tool over, connect it to your vacuum cleaner. That just push fits in until it clicks, and then everything should be working again. Thank you for watching. This next video is one that YouTube has chosen for you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face. That way, next time you get a vacuum cleaner problem, you can find me really easily. Lastly, please leave me a nice comment, like the video or anything like that, because it will help keep the video alive, which then in turn helps more people in the future.